In a world where dark storm clouds gather and the booming thunder reverberates through the sky, a young cultivator girl named Musi finds herself drawn to the rooftop of a towering building. Determined and filled with a sense of purpose, she harnesses her innate magical abilities to shatter the formidable door obstructing her path. As the door crumbles under her power, she strides forward, resolute in her quest to reach the heavens above and unravel the mysteries of the celestial tribulations. Unbeknownst to Musi, her use of magic to demolish the door triggers a chain of events. The powerful surge of energy disrupts the distribution of electricity, alerting the vigilant security officer Mei Yingxiang. Tasked with maintaining order and security within the building, Ma reluctantly ascends to the rooftop, driven by a need to understand the cause behind the disturbance. Despite his initial reluctance, he realizes the consequences of neglecting his duties and decides to investigate the situation. Upon reaching the broken door, Ma's eyes widen in astonishment. He scans the area, expecting to find signs of intrusion or theft. Instead, his gaze falls upon Musi, gracefully soaring through the sky. Their eyes meet, and a moment of distraction causes Musi to falter. In that moment, a bolt of lightning from the turbulent clouds strikes her, sending a jolt of electricity through her body. Curiosity intertwines with concern in Ma's heart as he witnesses Musi's fall. Uncertain of what to do, he succumbs to a sudden impulse. Acting on instinct, he rushes forward, his lips meeting hers in a desperate attempt to revive her. To his surprise, Musi stirs, pushing him away in a mix of confusion and alarm. May's attempt to explain himself is met with resistance as Musi vehemently slaps him before departing, her powers visibly diminished. Unbeknownst to them both, that stolen kiss inadvertently transferred Musi's magical essence to Mei, forever altering the course of his life. As the sun rises on the following day, Mei Yingxiang finds himself lost in contemplation on the streets. Unexpectedly, Musi's mystical gaze materializes before him, testing his newfound abilities. In a demonstration of her power, she releases a massive signboard, hurtling towards an unsuspecting young lady. Driven by instinct, Mei reacts swiftly, harnessing the latent magic within him to rescue the girl from harm. However, the immense power overwhelms him and he collapses, unable to control or comprehend the forces at his disposal. Regaining consciousness, Mei awakens to find himself restrained on a bed, his mind clouded with confusion. Before him stands Musi, her gaze piercing and her intentions unclear. She explains that she has come to reclaim what he unwittingly took from her, the essence of her magic. Bewildered, Mei struggles to comprehend her words and their implications. With a sense of urgency, Musi recalls the incident on the street where Mei unknowingly wielded her powers. Revealing her own formidable magical abilities, she warns Mei that she intends to retrieve her magic, either through his demise or by claiming him as her own. Now bound by fate and entangled in a complex web of magic and desire, Mei Yingxiang must navigate the treacherous path ahead. Will he succumb to Musi's powerful allure, surrendering to her whims, or will he find a way to wield the magic within himself and uncover the truth that lies hidden within their intertwining destinies? Only time will tell as their enthralling journey unfolds amidst the clash of thunder and the weight of the heavens. As the sun sets, casting its golden hues across the cityscape, Musi, known as the Cultivator Girl, ascends to the rooftop of a towering building alongside Mei Yingxiang. Engrossed in conversation, they discuss the nature of weakness, those who hide in the shadows, and the transformative power of adversity. Arriving at the rooftop, Musi imparts a profound insight to Mei Yingxiang, sharing that people often tap into their hidden potential when faced with dire circumstances. Intrigued by her words, she urges Mei Yingxiang to leap from the building, a daring act that would activate the latent power within him. Though gripped by fear, Mei Yingxiang is also filled with an ardent desire to unlock his hidden potential. Tentatively, he stands on the precipice of the building, peering down at the ground below. Musi, resolute in her intentions, firmly grasps his clothing and propels him forward. In that moment of fear and uncertainty, Mei Yingxiang finds himself free-falling, unaware of what awaits him. To his astonishment, as if guided by an otherworldly force, he sprouts angelic wings, soaring through the sky with newfound grace. Overwhelmed with exhilaration, Mei Yingxiang revels in his newfound ability to traverse great distances through the air. Filled with joy, he boasts to Musi that they no longer need airplanes, for they possess the power of flight. However, Musi sternly rebukes him, abruptly throwing him against a nearby building. With an admonishing tone, she cautions him not to abuse his powers and advises him to keep them hidden from the prying eyes of others. Reminding him that he is not the only cultivator, she warns him of potential adversaries who may seek to challenge and subdue him if his powers are recklessly displayed. Unbeknownst to Mei Yingxiang, his demonstration of power caught the attention of a deity who sensed the unique frequency emitted by his abilities. Intrigued, the god dispatches one of their servants, Ryu, to seek out Mei Yingxiang and determine his strength. If deemed weak, he is to be eliminated, but if found strong, he is to be left alone. In a quiet moment of respite, Musi and Mei Yingxiang find themselves sitting together at a humble street restaurant. As Mei Yingxiang nostalgically presses the buttons on his antiquated phone, Musi's dissatisfaction becomes apparent. Seeking to bridge the gap between their worlds, she presents him with a sleek smartphone, enabling them to communicate more effectively. Grateful for her thoughtful gesture, Mei Yingxiang expresses his heartfelt appreciation for her presence in his life. Curiosity lingers in Mei Yingxiang's mind as he questions Muzi's decision not to kill him. With a calm demeanor, she explains that she refrained from taking his life because he has become a source of power for her. Should she eliminate him, that power would dissipate. However, she proposes an alternative path, one of cultivating together as a family, allowing their powers to intertwine and grow. Caught off guard, Mei Yingxiang playfully suggests exploring their cultivation at night, only to retract his words, revealing his jest. This playful banter strengthens their bond, leading them to embark on an exhilarating journey of self-discovery and shared adventures. Ryu, with her assignment in mind, arrives at the park determined to locate Mei Yingxiang. As she contemplates how to find him without an exact location, a thought takes hold in her mind: the notion that many men can be indecent. In light of this, she decides to flood the internet with a multitude of seductive pictures, hoping to catch Mei Yingxiang's attention. However, her plan backfires when she encounters numerous men drawn by the allure of the images, engaging in physical altercations as she realizes they are not the one she seeks. Meanwhile, Master Lai becomes unwittingly entangled in Ryu's web of love magic during their online conversation on WeChat. Under the spell's influence, he ventures outside to search for Ryu, unaware of his altered behavior. Sensing the abnormality, Mei Yingxiang senses something amiss and resolves to follow Master Li, aiming to uncover the truth behind his actions. Arriving at their meeting point, Ryu recognizes that Master Li is not Mei Yingxiang and delivers a powerful punch, causing him to stumble. In a timely intervention, Mei Yingxiang employs his cultivator feathers to glide down and come to Master Li's aid, catching Ryu's attention in the process. With Mei Yingxiang now in her sights, Ryu employs her powers of love manipulation to bend him to her will, eventually leading him to propose to her. Asserting her control, she erects a powerful boundary to prevent other cultivators from interfering. As time passes, she releases the enchantment on Mei Yingxiang, allowing him to regain his senses. With newfound clarity, he realizes that Muzi was right in her warnings about the hostility of other cultivators who would not allow newcomers to thrive. Driven by fear and confusion, Mei Yingxiang attempts to escape by taking flight. However, Ryu effortlessly pulls him back, removing his pants and leaving him standing only in his boxer shorts. At a loss for what to do next, Mei Yingxiang finds himself in a precarious situation. Sensing the imminent confrontation, Muzi arrives on the scene, ready to fight on his behalf. To her surprise, Muzi notices Mei Yingxiang's pants missing and demands an explanation. Ryu proudly reveals that he recently proposed to her, shocking Mei Yingxiang to his core. Desperate to explain himself, he longs for Muzi's understanding, but she, consumed by a mix of anger and betrayal, sternly informs him that she will address his actions after dealing with Ryu. Now tensions rise as these cultivators stand poised on the brink of conflict, their paths intertwined in a complex tapestry of love, manipulation, and impending consequences. The stage is set for a climactic confrontation that will test their loyalties, resilience, and the depths of their true powers. In the midst of the chaotic clash between Muzi and Ryu, their words became sharp daggers hurled back and forth. Their quarrel echoed through the air, reaching the ears of Mei Yingxiang, who found himself intrigued by the fact that two attractive women were fighting over him. Yet before he could delve deeper into his thoughts, Muzi and Ryu rushed towards him, desperate to silence his curious musings. As the battle between Muzi and Ryu escalated, their cultivator powers surged, transforming their weapons into lightning conduits that crackled and danced, illuminating the surroundings with electric energy. Amidst the chaos, Muzi attempted to explain to Mei Yingxiang the importance of possessing a weapon to defend himself. She emphasized that he would need to undergo numerous stages of growth to harness his true strength. As the fierce confrontation continued, Muzi made a poignant request for Mei Yingxiang to leave, urging him to escape the brewing storm. However, they pressed on with their battle. It was at this moment that Ryu's power began to overpower Muzi's, causing her strength to wane. Helpless and weakened, Muzi found herself helpless against Ryu's onslaught, collapsing to the ground. With her sword poised to deliver a fatal blow, Ryu's intentions became clear. Yet just as the blade was about to descend upon Muzi, Mei Yingxiang appeared before them, intercepting the deadly strike. Muzi stood, astounded by his selfless act, and their eyes met in a fleeting moment of understanding. In that tender exchange, Muzi recalled the words of her mother from her childhood, emphasizing the importance of finding a husband who would care for and stand by her. In that emotional revelation, a wave of happiness washed over Muzi. However, Mei Yingxiang, gravely wounded from being stabbed by Ryu, found himself at the edge of his strength, unable to contribute further to the battle that raged on. Undeterred, Ryu continued to engage in combat, her determination unwavering. Yet at that pivotal juncture, Mei Yingxiang was abruptly transported to another realm, where he encountered Lai Xuanzi. Introducing himself as Muzi's husband, Mei Yingxiang received a precious bead from Lai Xuanzi, with the promise that it would grant him incredible power upon his return to the real world. With these words imparted, Lai Xuanzi departed, leaving Mei Yingxiang perplexed about how to wield this newfound artifact. In an instant, Mei Yingxiang found himself back in the real world, his body pulsating with an extraordinary surge of power that left both Muzi and Ryu in awe. The atmosphere crackled with the intensity of his newfound abilities, marking a turning point in the struggle that had consumed them all. The stage was set for a monumental clash that would redefine their fates and the intricate dynamics of their intertwining destinies. After witnessing the tremendous power now possessed by Mei Yingxiang, Ru Yu was overcome with fear. She realized that Mei Yingxiang's power far surpassed her own, perhaps even rivaling that of her master. Nevertheless, she gathered her courage and attempted to confront him with her firepower. As she ran towards him, a sense of unease washed over Mei Yingxiang. Instead of engaging in battle with Ru Yu, he simply spoke a word and touched the flames, causing her firepower to vanish. At this moment, Ru Yu felt as though she had no choice left but to end her own life. As she prepared to jump from the top of a building, Mei Yingxiang, driven by concern, did his best to follow and rescue her. After successfully saving her, Muzi, a companion of Mei Yingxiang, questioned him about the source of his newfound power. However, he chose to keep the truth hidden. Later, when they arrived at a hotel, Muzi persisted in her inquiries about his extraordinary abilities. Finally, Mei Yingxiang decided to disclose the truth, recounting how he had encountered someone who bestowed upon him this extraordinary power. Upon hearing this revelation, Muzi made the decision to cultivate alongside Mei Yingxiang, hoping to harness his power and witness his true potential. She bound him and, with a kiss, initiated the cultivation process. As the cultivation began, Muzi entered Mei Yingxiang's consciousness and witnessed a brilliant light, reaching out to touch it. In that moment, Mei Yingxiang was transported back in time, observing Muzi's past life, where a man had annihilated the entire Li family in his relentless pursuit of the coveted black sky power they possessed. Returning to the present, Muzi resolved to ensure that she would one day defeat this man. Surprisingly, Mei Yingxiang chose to stand alongside her in this mission. However, Muzi warned that the man they sought to confront held a high rank and defeating him would be an arduous task. With a heavy heart, they parted ways. Mei Yingxiang made his way back home, only to realize that he had lost the bead that had been given to him, leaving him feeling despondent. However, upon arriving home, he encountered a woman claiming to be his girlfriend, leaving him both shocked and intrigued. The mysteries and challenges that lay before Mei Yingxiang were far from over, and his unexpected encounter only added to the enigmatic path that lay ahead. As Mei Yingxiang's eyes fell upon the alluring figure sprawled on his bed, a mixture of surprise and disgust washed over him. The lady before him was clad in seductive attire, and he couldn't help but question her choice of dress. In response, she explained that she had nowhere else to sleep and implored Mei Yingxiang to allow her to share his bed. Reluctant to comply, he contemplated finding an alternative sleeping arrangement. However, Master Li, overhearing their conversation, promptly volunteered himself to sleep alongside the lady. The following day unfolded within the confined boundaries of the school as a bustling queue of boys formed, each eagerly vying for the coveted opportunity to win Ruyu's affections and ignite an all-consuming love within her. Despite their relentless pursuit, she resolutely declined every proposal, rejecting their advances with unwavering determination as if shielded by an impenetrable fortress of resolve. Unexpectedly, a charismatic young master made a grand entrance in a flamboyant car, his intentions clear: to weave his charm around Muzi and ensnare her heart. However, as his eyes fell upon Ruyu's presence, Muzi made a swift decision to maintain her distance, keeping herself distanced from both the young master and Ryu, as if sensing an invisible danger in their intermingling. Yet just as the atmosphere grew taut with mounting tension, a figure emerged onto the scene, drawing instant attention from everyone present. It was Mei Yingxiang, an enigmatic presence that commanded admiration and awe. His mere presence was magnetic, causing hearts to skip a beat and whispers to reverberate through the air. Ryu and Muzi, emboldened by an unspoken understanding, fearlessly proclaimed Mei Yingxiang as their beloved, intertwining their lives with his in an unbreakable bond. This proclamation, however, ignited a storm within the young master's heart, leaving him seething with determination to exact revenge upon Mei Yingxiang. Consumed by jealousy and wounded pride, he vowed to unravel the foundation of their connection, unaware of the tumultuous trials that awaited him on this treacherous path of vengeance. In an attempt to diffuse the escalating rivalry, Mei Yingxiang, Ryu, and Muzi embarked on a trip to the cinema. However, instead of immersing themselves in the movie, their growing jealousy for Mei Yingxiang manifested in a fierce battle of one-upmanship, their competing affections reaching a boiling point. The following day, as Mei Yingxiang set out to present a gift to Muzi, the young master, having gathered a group of men, confronted him, commanding his cronies to teach Mei Yingxiang a lesson. But just as the confrontation reached its peak, Ryu and Muzi arrived on the scene, throwing themselves into the fray, fiercely defending Mei Yingxiang from the onslaught. With their combined strength, they fought valiantly against the aggressors, ensuring Mei Yingxiang's safety. Grateful for their unwavering loyalty, Mei Yingxiang finally presented his gift to Muzi, only to be met with disappointment in Ryu's eyes. Disheartened, she chose to depart, leaving the trio in a state of unresolved tension. The stage was now set for a complex dance of emotions as the intertwined lives of Mei Yingxiang, Ryu, and Muzi ventured into treacherous territory. With each passing interaction, their bond grew more complicated, teetering on the precipice of both profound connection and irreparable conflict. As their paths converged once again, the fate of their entangled hearts hung in the balance, their individual desires and the intricate dynamics between them poised to shape their collective destiny. After the exchange of gifts, Muzi and Mei Yingxiang strolled hand in hand along the bustling street. As they ventured further, they caught sight of Ruyu walking alone, her presence radiating a sense of isolation. A pang of empathy tugged at Mei Yingxiang's heart, triggering memories of his own lonely days when he yearned for companionship. Drawing from those experiences, he mustered the courage to approach Ruyu, calling out her name in a bid to halt her steps, hoping to engage in a heartfelt conversation. He expressed his readiness to be her friend, but Ruyu stubbornly turned a deaf ear and fled from his reach. In a hidden corner near the school, two students, a boy and a girl, sought solace and joy in each other's company, their secret hideaway shielding them from prying eyes. Unbeknownst to them, Ryu's master materialized before them, driven by sinister intentions. He intended to sacrifice their lives, harvesting their blood to expedite his ascension to an even higher level of power. Transporting the hapless students to his lair, the master summoned Ryu, urging her to join him for a private discourse. Acknowledging his summons, Ryu appeared before him, confessing her failure to vanquish Mei Yingxiang and Muzi due to the sudden surge in Mei Yingxiang's overwhelming power. Undeterred, the master revealed his plan to consume the student's blood, propelling him towards an unprecedented breakthrough that would grant him the strength needed to defeat Mei Yingxiang and Muzi. Instructing Ryu to maintain silence for the next 10 days, he emphasized the importance of secrecy and forbade her from revealing his actions to anyone. With that, Ryu departed, leaving her master to indulge in the grisly consumption of the student's blood, his sinister intentions growing with each swallow. Meanwhile, deep within the forest, Mei Yingxiang tirelessly searched for Ryu, weariness weighing heavily upon him as his efforts proved fruitless. Suddenly, Ryu materialized before him, her intentions veiled in provocation as she sought to incite Mei Yingxiang to retaliate with full force. However, firm in his resolve, Mei Yingxiang refused to harm his friends. It was in this charged atmosphere that Muzi emerged, joining the scene. Ryu revealed the imminent threat posed by her master, who had witnessed their incredible powers and now sought their destruction. She relayed her master's plans to enhance his strength, fueled by his belief that he could overpower them. In a plea for assistance, they implored Ryu to unite with them in their fight against this formidable foe. The stage was now set for an epic clash between forces of darkness and the bonds forged among friends. United by a shared purpose and a determination to protect one another, Mei Yingxiang, Muzi, and Ryu would embark on a treacherous journey, their destinies entwined and their strengths tested to their limits. As they confronted the looming threat, alliances would be formed, loyalties would be challenged, and the true extent of their powers would be unveiled in a battle that would shape their lives forever. As the discussion unfolded, the trio found themselves at a crucial juncture, seeking to convince Ryu to turn against her own master. However, she grappled with the weight of the decision, torn between her loyalty to the one who had trained her from a tender age and the newfound bond she shared with Mei Yingxiang and Muzi. In a poignant moment, Ryu began to recount the story of her childhood, shedding light on the origins of her strength and the challenges she faced. She revealed how, from birth, she possessed an inherent power that set her apart from the other children in her community. The kids, intimidated by her abilities, resorted to taunting and excluding her, leaving her with a deep sense of isolation. Undeterred, she confronted them head-on, declaring that her true friend was mightier than any of them and that she was no coward. Her determination resonated, laying the foundation for the resilience she would demonstrate throughout her life. With a determined gaze, Ryu shared the tale of her extraordinary friendship with a unique companion, a serpent with the semblance of a human. Though unable to communicate verbally, this snake-like being became her steadfast friend. Ryu nurtured and cared for her, cherishing the bond they shared. However, when an elderly man warned Ryu of the potential dangers of her association with the serpent, she dismissed his cautionary words, confident that her friend meant no harm. Little did she know that her trusted companion had transformed into a vengeful creature, wreaking havoc upon her village and taking the lives of her parents. The weight of sorrow pressed heavily upon Ryu's heart, fueling her determination to seek justice and avenge her loved ones. As she embarked on her quest for vengeance, her master appeared before her, offering her a small sword to aid in her pursuit. Armed with the weapon, Ryu confronted and ultimately defeated the serpent girl. Seeking solace and guidance, she turned to her master, who extended an invitation to join her in the path of cultivation, promising that this journey would grant her the strength to defend herself. And so, from that point forward, Ryu devoted herself to her master's teachings, accompanying her on the arduous path of cultivation. Yet Ryu confessed a startling revelation to Mei Yingxiang and Muzi, the disconcerting truth that her master sought to augment his power by consuming the blood of both ordinary humans and fellow cultivators. His insatiable hunger for power drove him to seek the blood of cultivators with the aim of breaking through his current limitations and ascending to the late stage of core formation. This chilling revelation illuminated the magnitude of the threat they faced, explaining her master's relentless pursuit of their lives. In this pivotal moment, the trio stood united, their shared knowledge forging an unbreakable bond. Determined to put an end to her master's sinister machinations, Ryu pledged her allegiance to Mei Yingxiang and Muzi. Together, they would face the ultimate test of their combined strength and resilience as they confronted an adversary whose insidious hunger for power knew no bounds. The fate of their lives and the balance of power within the realm of cultivation hung precariously in the balance as they braced themselves for an impending clash that would redefine their destinies. As the discussion unfolded, Ryu continued to paint a vivid picture of her enigmatic and formidable master, heightening the apprehension of Muzi and Mei Yingxiang. The true extent of her master's power and uncanny abilities left them feeling overwhelmed and uncertain of their next move. Mei Yingxiang suggested they flee and cultivate together in order to elude her master's pursuit. However, Ryu shattered their hopes, revealing that her master possessed an unfathomable ability to track them down, regardless of where they might hide. Fear gripped their hearts as they grappled with the realization that they were entangled in a web they couldn't easily escape. Reluctantly, Ryu agreed to collaborate with them, emphasizing that the only chance they had of defeating her master was to set a trap for him. Muzi, however, remained skeptical, wary of falling into a trap themselves. She voiced her concerns, doubting Ryu's true intentions. In response, Ryu candidly confessed her belief that her master intended to kill her as well, and her decision to join forces with Muzi and Mei Yingxiang stemmed from a shared desire to overthrow their common adversary. In the confines of their hotel room, Mei Yingxiang anticipated the opportunity to cultivate together with Muzi, its excitement tangible. However, Muzi had a revelation to share. During their previous encounter, she had witnessed a profound light within Mei Yingxiang's consciousness, reminiscent of the majestic radiance that coursed through her family lineage. She deduced that this luminous energy signified a tremendous well of power lying dormant within him. To unleash this latent power, Muzi made the daring decision to cut Mei Yingxiang's hand, allowing his blood to flow. As the crimson droplets fell, a spiritual manifestation of the radiant light materialized before him, its presence a testament to the vast potential residing within him. But all too soon, the spirit dissipated, its ethereal visitation fleeing. In a moment of solitude, Mei Yingxiang found himself pondering the absence of the luminous spirit. An unyielding determination sparked within him, leading him to recreate the circumstances that had summoned the spirit previously. Cutting his hand once again, he eagerly anticipated the reappearance of the luminous spirit, yet disappointment settled in as the spirit failed to materialize. It was in that moment of contemplation that the memory of the spirit's parting words resurfaced, a reminder to concentrate in order to summon its ethereal presence. Amidst the bustling streets, fate intervened as Mei Yingxiang crossed paths with the young master vying for Muzi's affections. Driven by jealousy and a desire to secure her hand in marriage, the young master employed two skilled cultivators to subdue and defeat Mei Yingxiang, whom he believed to be Muzi's true love. However, before they could unleash their assault, Muzi and Ryu appeared, rallying to Mei Yingxiang's defense. A fierce battle ensued, but their combined efforts were ultimately thwarted, leaving Muzi and Ryu bound and defenseless. As the cultivators poised to strike a fatal blow, Mei Yingxiang's resolute spirit beckoned once more, materializing in all its radiant glory, and with a swift display of power, saved them from certain demise. The tide of their struggle had shifted. With newfound determination, Muzi, Mei Yingxiang, and Ryu stood united, prepared to face the formidable challenges that lay ahead. Bound by their shared experiences and unwavering bond, they set their sights on the arduous path ahead, resolute in their mission to vanquish Ryu's malevolent master. The stage was set for an epic confrontation, where the forces of darkness clashed with the indomitable spirit of friendship and resilience. As the defeated cultivators retreated with remorse and were granted forgiveness, the young master Zhu seethed with frustration. Underestimating the true nature of the luminous spirit, he ordered the recruitment of 10 young ladies, convinced that their combined strength would overpower their enigmatic adversary. However, to his dismay, the 10 ladies proved ineffective, unable to even fathom the true extent of the spirit's power. Realizing his defeat was inevitable, Zhu made a hasty retreat, vanishing into the shadows. Meanwhile, the remaining group reconvened in a secluded location, coming together to discuss the miraculous appearance of the radiant spirit that had intervened on their behalf. Overwhelmed with curiosity, they gazed at her intently, seeking to uncover the enigma behind her captivating aura. Inquisitive voices filled the air, craving knowledge of her identity. In a gentle and unassuming manner, the spirit expressed that she had no given name. Startled by this revelation, they unanimously agreed that she deserved a name to reflect her presence and significance. Engrossed in deep contemplation, Mei Yingxiang emerged as the one to grant her a name. Uttering the words Ling he bestowed upon her a name that resonated with grace and ethereal beauty. Ling accepted her new name with a serene smile, embracing the meaning it held. With Muzi and Ryu having departed, Mei Yingxiang and Ling found themselves alone, united by a shared purpose. Determined to enhance Mei Yingxiang's energy and combat prowess, Ling led him to a secluded haven where she could facilitate his growth. To confront Ryu's formidable master, Mei Yingxiang needed to ascend to new heights of power and capability. Upon arriving at their destination, Ling Er guided Mei Yingxiang to a seated position, her hand tenderly placed over his heart. A surge of energy flowed from Ling Er to Mei Yingxiang, infusing him with newfound vitality and the ability to effortlessly harness his powers. Gradually, the energy coursed through him, saturating his being until he brimmed with a potency greater than ever before. With each passing moment, Mei Yingxiang's reservoir of energy expanded, surpassing previous limitations. His strength burgeoned as if the very essence of his being had been amplified. Ling Er watched with pride, knowing that she had played a vital role in elevating Mei Yingxiang's capabilities. The bond between them grew stronger as they embarked on this transformative journey together. Empowered and equipped with newfound might, Mei Yingxiang stood ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. The pursuit of Ryu's malevolent master no longer seemed insurmountable. With Ling Er as his guiding light and ally, Mei Yingxiang was prepared to embrace his destiny and confront the forces that threatened their existence. The stage was set for an epic clash, where the brilliance of friendship and unwavering determination would collide with the darkness of their adversaries. The resolute spirit of Ling Er and the burgeoning power within Mei Yingxiang would soon be put to the ultimate test. After experiencing the surge of newfound power, Ling Er and Mei Yingxiang were eager to test the limits of his enhanced abilities. They sought to gauge the true extent of his strength and his mastery over the amplified energy coursing through his veins. Choosing a majestic spirit tree as their testing ground, Mei Yingxiang focused his power upon it, directing a surge of energy towards its core. In a mesmerizing display of force, the spirit tree crumbled and dissipated, succumbing to the might of Mei Yingxiang's immense power. Ling Er watched with admiration and delight, elated by the success of their experiment. She reveled in his accomplishments, knowing that his power had reached an unprecedented level. However, their moment of triumph was interrupted by a message from Muzi, beckoning them to meet with her. Eager to reunite, they embarked on their journey and arrived at their designated meeting place. Much to their surprise, the location turned out to be a store specializing in adult products, including items catered to cultivators. Uncertain of what lay inside, they entered the shop alongside Muzi. As they stepped into the store, Muzi unveiled her VIP card, catching the attention of the salesperson, who granted her exclusive access to meet the store's proprietor. While Ling Er and Mei Yingxiang explored the main section of the store, Muzi was escorted to a secluded area to meet the enigmatic shop owner. Intrigued by her VIP card, the owner examined it carefully through a magnifying lens. A look of astonishment crossed his face as he realized its authenticity. Puzzled, he questioned Muzi about how she had acquired such a rare item, as the last card had been issued to the prestigious Li family over a century ago. In response, Muzi divulged the intricate details of her family lineage, compelling the owner to acknowledge her rightful possession of the card. Meanwhile, back in the main area of the shop, a friendly salesperson approached Ling Er and Mei Yingxiang, offering to showcase the array of remarkable products available. Intrigued, they eagerly accepted her invitation. Perusing the shelves with wonder and curiosity, the salesperson meticulously presented a range of impressive items, including an exquisite suit that exuded power and elegance. Although captivated by its allure, Mei Yingxiang found himself unable to afford the garment. Sensing his disappointment, the salesperson quickly shifted gears, presenting them with a selection of weapons that aligned with their budget. Overwhelmed by the options, Mei Yingxiang's gaze fixated on a formidable dagger of extraordinary value. Recognizing the opportunity before him, he made the decision to invest in the weapon, well aware of the potential it held in the battles yet to come. As Ling Er and Mei Yingxiang completed their purchases, they eagerly anticipated their reunion with Muzi, eager to share their new acquisitions and experiences within the enchanting confines of the store. Uncertain of the adventures that awaited them beyond its doors, they stood poised on the precipice of a thrilling chapter in their journey. The shop, with its myriad of tantalizing wares, had brought them closer together, serving as a catalyst for newfound growth and unity. Clutching his newly acquired dagger, Mei Yingxiang felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead alongside his companions. Little did they know that their encounters within the store were merely the prelude to an even grander, destiny-defining quest that awaited them in the days to come. As the story unfolded in the tranquil embrace of the weather, Ryu's master beckoned for her presence, curious to know the outcome of the mission he had entrusted to her. With a mixture of apprehension and determination, Ryu approached her master, ready to face his inquiry. However, her master's piercing gaze revealed his suspicion as he questioned whether she had failed in her assignment or if she had indeed joined forces with her newfound allies to orchestrate his demise. Struggling to find her words, Ryu denied any involvement in a plot against her master's life, assuring him of her loyalty. Yet her master's revelation shattered her illusion of secrecy as he disclosed that he had been eavesdropping on their discussions, silently lurking in the shadows. Overwhelmed by the weight of his knowledge, Ryu found herself at a crossroads, uncertain of the path she should now tread. Meanwhile, Muzi, Ling Er, and Mei Yingxiang were engrossed in a conversation, contemplating the true nature and potential of the enigmatic dagger Mei Yingxiang had acquired from the cultivator's shop. Ling Er, with a sense of awe and caution, revealed the dagger's origins, explaining that it housed the soul and essence of an ancient, formidable, red-blooded dragon. Intrigued yet wary, Mei Yingxiang grappled with how to harness the power and potential of the dagger. Ling offering her guidance, suggested that he channel his spirit energy into the blade, encouraging him to unlock its hidden abilities. Embracing her advice, Mei Yingxiang focused his spirit energy on the dagger, and to his astonishment, his body underwent a remarkable transformation. His form split into 3 distinct entities, each possessing a fraction of his power. However, their deliberations were interrupted by Ruyu's urgent message, alerting them to her perilous encounter with her master. Determined to aid their companion, they embarked on a race against time to locate her and thwart her master's malevolent plans. Upon arriving at the scene, Mei Yingxiang deployed his newfound ability of body separation to engage in battle against Ruyu's master. Despite their combined efforts, the formidable foe, now wielding the power of core formation, proved to be a daunting adversary. Engulfed in a fierce clash of wills and strength, the tides of the battle seemed to sway against our heroes. Yet refusing to yield, Mei Yingxiang unleashed the full potential of the dragon-infused dagger. With a swift and calculated strike, the blade found its mark, piercing through the defenses of Ruyu's master. The air filled with the scent of blood as his body succumbed to the blow, heralding a pivotal turning point in their struggle. As the battle unfolded, the companions were enveloped in a mixture of relief, triumph, and sorrow. The consequences of their actions weighed heavily upon them, for they had vanquished a formidable enemy, yet the consequences of their choices lingered in the air. Ling Muzi, and Mei Yingxiang stood in awe of the power they had harnessed, their journey of self-discovery forging bonds that surpassed the boundaries of friendship. Little did they know that their victory was only the beginning, as greater challenges and formidable adversaries lay ahead. The harmony of their newfound unity would be tested, and their resolve would be pushed to its limits. Together, they would navigate the treacherous path that lay before them, united in their quest for justice, power, and redemption. Amidst the intensity of the battle, Mei Yingxiang found himself trapped within the iron grip of Ruyu's vengeful master. As the life force seemed to drain from his body, a surge of realization coursed through him. Remembering his newfound ability to transfer his soul, he made a desperate gamble to cheat death. Swiftly, he summoned every ounce of his willpower and transferred his soul into another vessel, evading the master's deadly grasp. With their valiant ally temporarily removed from harm's way, the battle raged on, escalating in its ferocity with each passing moment. As the clash reached a crescendo, Mei Yingxiang realized that he needed additional reinforcements. Calling upon Ling his trusted spirit weapon, he beseeched her assistance in combating Ruyu's formidable master. Ling ever loyal and determined, interposed herself between the two adversaries, shielding Mei Yingxiang from harm. In the midst of the chaos, Ling urged Mei Yingxiang and his companions to retreat, promising to reunite with them once her task was complete. Reluctantly, they heeded her words, leaving behind their protector with a heavy heart. Mei Yingxiang, however, made a heartfelt plea for Ling safe return, a testament to the bond they had formed amidst their trials. As they departed, their collective determination remained unyielding. They knew that victory could only be attained through strategy and unity. Setting a trap for Ruyu's master, they awaited his arrival, hoping to exploit his weaknesses. When he fell into their carefully crafted snare, a surge of hope coursed through their veins. Yet the master's malevolent strength shattered their expectations, obliterating the very foundation of their trap. Defying their efforts, Ruyu's master revealed his cunning intellect. With a twisted grin, he confessed to planting false weaknesses within the pages of his vulnerability book, amplifying his own power tenfold whenever it was used against him. Hope dwindled, and the realization that they were outmatched threatened to engulf them in despair. In the face of impending defeat, a resolute decision was made. Determined to escape their adversaries' clutches, the trio turned to flee. Yet even in their retreat, Ling remained resolute. With unwavering loyalty, she valiantly stood against Ruyu's master, buying precious moments for her comrades. Amidst the fray, Ruyu's master voice resonated with urgency as he called out to Ruyu, promising to reveal the long-concealed truth behind her village's tragic massacre. The words hung heavy in the air, an enigma waiting to be unraveled. Ruyu hesitated, her gaze locked with her master's. The revelation held the promise of answers, of closure. Would she succumb to curiosity and risk her own safety for the chance to unearth the secrets that had haunted her for so long? In a climactic revelation, Ruyu's master finally confessed to the unimaginable atrocities he had committed in her village. With each word, the weight of his betrayal bore down upon her. Mei Yingxiang, too, listened intently, his heart heavy with the knowledge of the pain inflicted upon his dear friend. The master's tale unfolded, revealing his sinister intentions. He sought to harness the power of the cultivator snake residing in Ruyu's village, aiming to steal its core formation for his own nefarious purposes. Cunningly disguised, he had attempted to win Ruyu over as his student, recognizing her prodigious potential at a tender age. But her innate resilience had defied his expectations, and he resorted to a more sinister plot. Disguised as the very snake he sought to eliminate, he unleashed a devastating assault upon the unsuspecting village, extinguishing countless lives in his ruthless pursuit of power. Manipulating the grief-stricken Ryu, he presented her with a knife to slay the serpent, effectively coercing her into becoming his student. With the snake's core formation in his possession, he had achieved his twisted objective. As the truth unfurled, an overwhelming mix of sorrow, anger, and determination surged within Ryu. The depth of her love for the snake, now betrayed and slaughtered, fueled a burning desire for vengeance. Without hesitation, she charged after her master, consumed by a singular purpose, to avenge the innocent lives lost and the creature she had cherished. Concerned for Ryu's safety, Mei Yingxiang resolved to follow her, his unwavering loyalty propelling him forward. Yet, when Ryu confronted her master, her power proved insufficient to vanquish him. In this critical moment, Mei Yingxiang seized an opportunity, utilizing his control over the dagger bestowed with the soul of the red blood dragon. The blade, commanded by his will, found its mark, piercing the master's weakened form. Wounded and enraged, the master unleashed his last-ditch attempt at revenge. Employing his own control over the elements, he manipulated Zhu's airplane, turning it into a deadly weapon aimed at Mei Yingxiang. Chaos ensued as Zhou and his companions desperately sought to escape, leaving Mei Yingxiang to confront the impending danger alone. Just as it seemed all hope was lost, Muzi arrived on the scene, wielding her divine powers. Determined to protect her beloved, she commanded the forces of heaven to guide the airplane's path, directing it towards the master. Yet the master, undeterred, regained control, causing Muzi to suffer the consequences of her valiant effort. In a moment of selflessness, Mei Yingxiang dashed to her rescue, employing all his strength to pull her from the clutches of impending doom. Saved but not unscathed, Mei Yingxiang grasped Muzi's power-infused sword. With a surge of determination, he severed his own left hand, severing the connection between the master and the plane. The master, weakened and reeling from the loss of control, was left defenseless, his reign of terror crumbling before him. As the dust settled, a palpable sense of victory and relief washed over the battle-worn warriors. The master, once a formidable foe, now lay vanquished, his dark reign brought to a decisive end. In a bittersweet aftermath, the master lay lifeless on the ground, defeated by Mei Yingxiang's ultimate display of power. Ryu, her heart filled with a mix of sorrow and triumph, had avenged her family, her village, and the beloved snake. Yet, amidst the victory, a heavy cloud of grief shrouded Mei Yingxiang's spirit. Returning to Muzi's lifeless body, he felt an unbearable ache deep within his being. He yearned to bring her back from the clutches of death. Desperate, he called upon the elder, a wise and enigmatic figure, seeking his guidance and assistance. With tears in his eyes, Mei Yingxiang pleaded for the elder's intervention, offering anything within his power in exchange for Muzi's resurrection. The elder materialized before him, his presence commanding and all-knowing. Moved by Mei Yingxiang's devotion and love, he accepted the young warrior's offer. They struck a deal. The Hun-tamed bead, a precious artifact of immeasurable value, would be surrendered to the elder's possession in 3 years' time. Mei Yingxiang, resolute in his determination to bring Muzi back, agreed wholeheartedly, seeking only the name of the elder's dwelling place. However, the elder, shrouded in mystery, refused to divulge this information, leaving Mei Yingxiang with an arduous task ahead. True to his word, the elder whisked Muzi away to a realm where life could be restored. Mei Yingxiang waited with trepidation, his heart in limbo between hope and fear. Days stretched into eternity until finally Muzi returned, resurrected and filled with newfound vitality. Overwhelmed with joy, Mei Yingxiang took her to a place of significance, a location where Muzi's mother had once guided her in search of a worthy husband. Amidst the tranquil beauty of their surroundings, Muzi and Mei Yingxiang embraced their newfound love. Their hearts intertwined, they contemplated their future together. While Mei Yingxiang believed they would embark on a journey of cultivation side by side, Muzi had a different plan in mind. With a mischievous smile, she leaned forward, capturing Mei Yingxiang's lips in a passionate kiss. The world around them faded, leaving only the intoxicating euphoria of their love. In this moment, their destinies converged, two souls united by a shared path, their love a beacon of strength amidst the trials they had endured. With Muzi's return, the flame of hope burned brightly once again, guiding them towards a future filled with promise and untold adventures. As the sun set on their tranquil sanctuary, Muzi and Mei Yingxiang vowed to face whatever challenges lay ahead hand in hand. Together, they would continue their cultivation, their love serving as the foundation for their shared growth. The battles they had fought, the sacrifices they had made, and the losses they had endured had shaped them into formidable warriors, ready to face any obstacle that dared to cross their path. Little did they know that their journey was far from over. Ahead lay untold dangers, powerful adversaries, and a world teeming with secrets waiting to be unveiled. But armed with their love and unwavering determination, Muzi and Mei Yingxiang stepped forward, ready to embrace the unknown and carve their own destiny in the realm of cultivation.